Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Accounts Guru Cool. Learn accounting online. So today we are here to discuss about record to report types of month-end journal entries. So in this content we are going to discuss about how many types of month-end journal entries are there. That's going to be recurring, non-recurring, uh, ad hoc journal entries, or what else we have the types of that. Thus we are going to discuss in details about record to report types of month-end journal entries, and knowing that how much is the month-end journal entries or month-end activities important towards the R2R. So this is one of the important content which going to give the insight to all of our members what types of month-end journal entries are going to be. And sometimes that kind of question also is going to be there, what is in the ad hoc journal entries. So if you have the insight about that, then that's going to be more helpful for you to attend any interview or enhance your skills. And that's exclusively created for our members only. So request guys to be with us till the end of this to get a more insight about record to report types of month-end journal entries. In addition to that, again, request all the members to start to put it in the comment what content you want us to create from our end. We have the one comment from one of our members and we are going to create the content on that. But in addition to other members as well, we request to kindly start to put it in the comment, get the benefits of this membership and try to put it in the comment what you need for your career, what you need to enhance your skills. So grab this opportunity, put it in the comment, go through with the members content and add if you need anything to create from our end which going to boost your career. So let's start towards that. Types of month-end journal entries. There are various types of entries that are used to record transactions. These are as follows. The first, standard or ad hoc request, recurring or non-recurring, auto reversal or manual reversal, high or medium critical, profit and loss and or balance sheet impact journal entries, usual or extraordinary journal entries. The distinction depends on the perspective of the transaction and how it is to be recorded. On the floor in any MNC BPO, you may hear these terms many a times. So let's inform you with some of these terms better. So we are going to discuss the types of month-end journal entries and trying to know the meaning of that. And when we have to use that, the standard journal entry or ad hoc request, recurring journal entries or non-recurring journal entries, auto reversal or manual reversal, high or medium critical journal entries, profit and loss or balance sheet impact journal entries, usual or extraordinary journal entries. So we are going to see each terms and going to discuss more on that. The first one towards standard or ad hoc request. Standard entries are those entries that record every month, although the amounts vary. For example, this could be a month-end provisions, cost charge outs, or revenue share. So this is going to be the standard journal entry. So it means every month the entries we are going to take into the systems from the month end standpoint. Might be the amount is going to be vary, but the entry is going to be there. That's a month end accrual entry, provision entries, and that's a straightforward. So certain expenses, we have to take the provisions for every month. Certain journal entries we have to take every month for depreciation entry or for your uh, provision for any consultant expenses or any traveling expenses. If you have to take the provisions for that, any incentive provision, commission provision, auditor fees provision, so these are all going to be the standard journal entries and you have to take it on every month end. Ad hoc request are those requests which are not received every month. The reasons for this request could be as follows. So there are certain ad hoc request is going to be there for every month. which not the recurring journal entries, and we have to, that's not the standard journal entries. These transactions do not take place every month, usually processed through the automated ERP systems. However, they may need to be passed manually due to system failure. So sometimes, if instead of processed through the automated ERP systems due to any system error, we have to take that entry through the manually. Entries normally passed by customers, but due to certain reasons, leaves, attritions, the offshore team needs to pass them. So sometimes the client itself is going to take the entries, but that his team is not available. So from R2R standpoint, we have to take the entry for that through the manual. So that's going to be the ad hoc request for that. Now the next is towards the recurring or non-recurring. The recurring are those entries that require to be passed repeatedly after every certain period. This may be the case when the amount to be paid each month is the same. Example given, rent income or royalty expense as per the agreement. Recurring journal entries, it means every month we have to redo the entry in the systems. That's going to be recurring journal entries. Non-recurring is opposite of the above. These entries are not repeatable or do not follow an established frequency. Example, maintenance expenses, which could vary based on unknown breakdown, etc. So that's a non-recurring journal entries. One is going towards the recurring, second is towards the non-recurring. Recurring, which going to be every month we have to take it, or by taking into the certain period, or non-recurring, that's the ad hoc, as like the ad hoc journal entries. Next is towards automated or manual entries. Automated are those entries which are generated by the system directly, and manual entries are the entries which are done manually. For example, any entry uploaded by the journal entry systems into the mainframe system is a manual entry, as the entry needs to be uploaded manually, or preparation of an Excel sheet. So now this is going to be the more interested, automated or manual entries. It means automated entry, it means that those entries which are generated by the systems directly. So it means that if we have created some automations in the systems which says that if you have the sales order in the systems and delivery date of that services is mentioned, and if we are closing the November and the delivery date of services is November and still that sales order is open, then system is going to automatically take the entry for unbilled revenue, and the same is going to be do the reversal in the following month. So similarly, if any such kind of entries system is going to do automatically through the systems, then that's the automated entries. And manual entries, when we are doing manually or uploading through the uploader by preparing it in Excel sheet, then that's going to be treated as a manual journal entry. Second, auto reversal or manual reversal. Auto reversal, the ERP system automatically reverse the accrual and deferral entries. So as mentioned in automatic entry, that's deferral entry or accrual entry. So if any entries which we doing through the systems, that's automatically, then, or in manual entry as well, if you are giving that the entry is going to be do the reversal automatically, then system is going to do the reversal of automatically. There is no any manual intervention is required for that entry. Manual reversal are done manually. One example from the auto reversal is that, as we discussed in the previous slide, that's the automatic entry. So when we have the open sales orders and the delivery date of that service is towards the 30th November, then system used to put the entry for unbilled revenue. Then in the next month, the system is automatically going to do the reversal of that. So that's the auto reversal entry. And manual, when we are doing the entry and when that invoice is booked, we are going to check that either it's booked or not. And if it's booked, then we are going to do the reversal for that. Then that's a manual reversal entry. Next is towards high or medium critical. Another way of categorizing entries is by identifying them with their degree of criticality to the entire accounting process, and this can be highly critical. These are normal entries with a high value, or they could be having an impact on multiple units or have statutory or tax implications. That's going to be considered as a high critical journal entries, which going to impact on the multiple units, or the value of that entry is high, or that's straightway towards the statutory implications or tax implications. That's going to be treated as high critical journal entries. Medium criticality, these are normal entries with a low value or entries which do not have any tax or statutory impact. That's going to be considered as a medium criticality. Next is towards the balance sheet and or profit and loss P&L impact. The balance sheet entries, these are entries that would impact the balance sheet or both side. Typically, examples of these would be inter-unit settlements or reclassification of any debit balances in payables as receivables, or reclassifying credit balances in bank accounts as a short-term loans. This is also one of the important terms from these types of month-end journal entries. That's a balance sheet and profit and loss P&L impact. When we just look at these first terms, balance sheet and profit and loss P&L impact entry. So we thought from our end is that all the entries going to have the impact either towards the P&L or balance sheet. It's going to be P&L to P&L or balance sheet to balance sheet, or it's a P&L one, it's a debit and liability towards the balance sheet, or asset income towards the P&L and asset towards the balance sheet. Then what else is we are going to discuss here in these terms. But try to understand is that entries impact in the balance sheet on both sides. That's going to be inter unit settlements or reclassification of any debit balances in payables as receivables. So it means that if your payables balance is into negative, then that's going to be the receivable for us. If you excess paid to your vendor, then his balance is going to be the negative, and that's going to be receivable for us. Then we have to do the reclassification of that towards the receivable sides. Similarly, if any bank balances go into negative, then instead of keeping towards the asset, we have to treat that as a short-term loans. That's the impact of your balance sheet entries. Similarly, towards the P&L as well, these are entries which would impact the P&L on both sides. Typically, example of such entries are reclassification of expenses or income to correct an earlier error. That's going to be P&L entries. We can have a last case where we have entries that impact both the balance sheet as well as the P&L account, such as provision for doubtfuls, account receivables, or depreciation expense, etc. Next is towards the usual or extraordinary journal entries. Usual are those entries which can be expected in a normal running of business. Examples of these are salary expenses, annual maintenance charges, provision for credit risk, doubtful debtors or AR. Extraordinary are those entries which are not expected in the normal running of the business. For example, provision for expenses on employee retrenchment or pertaining to mergers and acquisitions. That's going to be the extraordinary journal entries. And the usual, that's going to be the expected in a normal running business. So that's we have discussed here from the record to report, types of month-end journal entries, standard or ad hoc request, recurring or non-recurring, auto reversal or manual reversal, high or medium critical, profit and loss and or balance sheet impact, usual or extraordinary. The nomenclature is going to be the different when interviewer is going to ask the questions, and when someone is going to speak on that, says that key Do you know high or medium critical journal entries? Then we have to speak from that terms and we have to explain the meaning of that. What is the profit and loss or balance sheet impact journal entries? Then it's a counter question is going to be each entry is going to impact over there. Then what else is going to be discussed on these terms that we had already discussed? So considering this is going to be the important for you to know record to report what types of month-end journal entries are there because most of the times this nomenclature is going to use into the MNCs, BPO, Accenture, Genpact, IBM. So if interviewer asks any questions, then we have to give the answers from our end. So considering this is for all of our members, so request again all the members to start to put the comment, like the content, and if you want we to create any more specific content as per your request, so you can put it in the comment. We are going to create for that, but try to interact more towards the content and put it in the comment. Thanks guys for being with us till the end and request all the members to like, share and subscribe our channel to get a more insight towards accounting and finance. Thank you.